What's up, you guys? This is Joy Neville back with another video. In today's video I'm doing a fall comforting soup, a recipe, low calorie chicken rice spinach soup. And the reason I'm doing this is, one, because it fills me up and it's low calorie and I like to eat in bulk, so this is a good meal to satiate you and fill up your tummy. Two, it's starting to get cold out, fall is coming, and soup just sounds really good. Three, I feel like I'm coming down with something. My throat hurts a little bit. I just feel body aches coming on, and so I'm trying to get a lot of veggies in and some protein with some nice hot broth to make me feel better. And I'm meal prepping today, and the reason I chose this, I was gonna do cheesy chicken enchiladas, low calorie ones, but I'm doing the soup instead because if I do end up feeling like I'm feeling now and getting worse through the week, my meal's already prepped and I have no excuses. I'm going to have my soup, and it's a healthy soup. So those are the reasons I'm doing it. If you like that, stick around, and yeah, let's get into this. So you guys know I count calories. I do low calorie, so I'm swapping out the rice for cauliflower rice. This is the one I'm using. It's just frozen plain cauli rice. You can rice your own cauliflower rice in a grinder or a food processor if you would like. And then just because it's more veggies, I'm probably going to add a bag of the veggie blend rice. So it's riced broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower. A little more flavor, a little bit more fiber, a little more veggies. We have celery we're going to dice up really small, green onion, yellow onion. I'm going to shred some carrots or small dice them, one of the two. I'm going to add spinach to mine, a little more protein, a little more, veggies, just to bulk it up a little more. Spinach is good for you. And because I already don't feel good, guys, I'm already feeling really tired, I'm not cooking any chicken. I'm just using the canned chunk chicken from Costco. So drained, this will give you 7 ounces of protein. I usually do 3 to 4. I prefer 4 for my dinner, but I'm only going to get 3.5, which is fine. So one of these would do 2 servings for me. I'm doing a whole week, so 2, 4, 6, 8. That'll make 8 servings. Will it last 8 days? I'll probably put a couple meals in the freezer and go from there. I'm also using low sodium chicken broth. I like to add my own seasonings, my own sodium. I don't want to get it from the broth. I'm going to do toasted sesame oil, just like a half a tablespoon. Ground ginger, minced garlic, hard to see. Some poultry seasoning. Salt and pepper to taste, but you can salt and pepper afterward. Oh, and then a little bit of soy sauce. So I like to make mine as if the base of it was egg drop soup. I love the flavor of egg drop soup, so I make mine following that egg drop soup recipe, and then I just add my chicken, my cauliflower rice, and go from there. And if you want to add egg, you could do that too. Alright, so I'm gonna start prepping this stuff and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so first I have celery. I might use it all, I don't know. I like to bulk this up and make it a heavy soup so I get full. I use the leaves don't bother me. So I'm going right on in, and I'm just going to small dice this up. Like that size, and maybe just to get those leaves a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna throw it in the pot that I have next to me right here. But I'm at least doing this part this much, so I'm gonna finish chopping this. I'll bring you back. Alright guys, I didn't use all the celery. I used 1.5 cups and threw it in here. That is plenty. Now I'm on to yellow onion. I'll probably use half of this onion. I love onion. You know, you go by your flavors and what you like. So we'll use half of it probably. I could really use the whole thing, but half is fine. Trying to get that first peel off. There we go. And then we're just gonna dice this up. Soup is a very comforting thing, and liquids fill you up. I've always noticed that when I'm eating liquids. And so soup is good for that, but when you don't feel good, because I definitely feel like I'm coming down with something, this is a go-to for me. I always go to soup. I usually go to like spicy ramen, spicy noodles, stuff like that, which is way high in sodium and calories. So instead, why not, I was going to meal prep anyway, so why not meal prep a healthy low-calorie soup that's going to be good for my body, you know what I mean? Every time I get to the end, I don't want to chop my fingers, so I just randomly cut. But yeah, fall screams soup and stews and comforting foods. You can still eat that way. Just swap certain things out for other things that will take the replacement. Or not. If you want to have rice, but measure everything. It's very important, you know, that you watch your portion size. Okay. Half of a large onion going in. Next, I'm doing a little bit of green onion. These are going to be, it's a different type of flavor. I'm just doing the ends. It's more like a garnish at the end. Oh, I gotta wash these. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Always wash your vegetables thoroughly, guys. Even if they're organic, because even if there's no pesticides, people touch them and stuff, you know. You don't know where somebody's grody hands have been. Green onions are hard to cut. I need to sharpen my knife. I've been saying that for a while. So that's about all I'm going to use. It's about a cup of green onion. Again, I'm doing this at the end for garnish. I'm not going to throw those in the pan right now. Next will be carrots. And I like to do celery, onion, carrot base for anything. Again, I even do it for egg drop soup. And that's kind of what I'm doing, as an egg drop soup inspired flavor broth. And so, but I like to use, they don't usually add celery, onion, carrot all the time, but I like to add that as a base. All I had on hand was baby carrots, so that's what we're using. And I want to do probably half a cup of carrot, just for that sweetness in the broth. So we'll start like that. And then how I dice these, first of all, I don't like the ugly ends some of them have. But what I'll do is I'll just line up a few. You can grate them too. I'm just going to rough chop them. And just run my knife through. They're going to cook down as we're sauteing this. I think this is just called the Holy Trinity, I believe. I can't remember, but I know the base of most casseroles, stews, soups is celery, onion, carrot. And then if you add bell pepper, it's something else, but you can do bell pepper too. I think that's good. So there's our carrot. I'll bring it back when I get to the stove. Okay guys, we're at the stove. I'm going to turn it on medium high. I have my celery, my onion, my carrot. I end up using 1 cup of diced carrot. I did not use all the carrots I pulled out. And I'm just eyeballing. I didn't measure an exact cup. With the veggies, I'm not as concerned when I tell you guys measure everything. I'm eyeballing the veggies for the most part. But deep calories like sesame oil, I'm going to saute this in. 1 tablespoon is 120 calories. Divide that by 8, it's not that much. But I'm not eyeballing a tablespoon. I just won't. And I love the flavor that this gives. this soup. So I'm going to add it. I think it's a must, but you do you. This will be the only oil I'm using today. If it runs out and needs more oil, then I will do water. I'll just add some water because water will make it not stick too. But this should release some water. Get all of that out. Oh my god. It smells like heaven in a bottle. Okay, so I don't know why I'm using my tablespoon to stir. But there's the veggies. They're going to get started. I'm going to salt and pepper this real quick for some flavor. I season as I go, so a sprinkle of salt, a good heavy sprinkle of pepper, and I'm going to let this go to town, and then I'll bring you back when it's iridescent or translucent. Okay guys, these are halfway cooked. They're not translucent. I said iridescent. I just realized that was ridiculous. But anyway, translucent. They're not all the way translucent yet, but they're about halfway. Ooh, that steam. Let's back you up a little bit. So I'm going to add the, there we go, that's better. I'm going to add some garlic in. You don't want to add the garlic right in the beginning, in my opinion, because it burns. But now that they're almost there, now I'm going to add some garlic. I'm just going to shake a little in there. Probably about a heaping teaspoon or 2 cloves maybe chopped up, somewhere in there. That's optional, you don't have to add it, but as you guys know, if you've been watching me, I add onion and garlic to almost everything. I'm a flavor girl. I love seasonings, veggies, spices. I love the flavor stuff. We don't do bland in this house. Alright, so I'm going to keep tossing this around as it cooks, and I'll bring. Okay guys, it's starting to be translucent. It was almost sticking for a minute. I walked away and I just stirred it, so there's little bits of brown celery, but the garlic and nothing burned. We caught it. I added like a 1/4 cup of water to finish off the job, and nothing's sticking now. We're back to being good. So now I'm going to add my chunk chicken. I'm keeping it in the juice. I drained one of them and then I realized I want that juice. It's flavor. This is a soup. If you guys have never tried chunk chicken, try it, because it really is just chicken breast in, you know, water. It's like, it's real, like, pieces of chunk chicken. Yeah, it tastes, it's good. That's all I can say. So, I ain't mad at it. And it isn't expensive, and it's already cooked, and it's moist, and it shreds up nicely in the soup. I like it. Like I said, I'm keeping the juice. You can drain it. I'm keeping it. And I know that looks like a lot of chicken, but remember, I'm making this a high protein soup. I want it to be thick and filling, almost like a creamy chicken and rice. I want it thick, you know what I mean? I don't want it too liquidy, but I do want liquid because it does fill me up. That's only going to be 3 to 3.5 ounces a serving. I believe 3.5 is what we were going to do per serving. So unless I make it into 6 meals in it, I can get it to 4 ounces a serving for protein. To this, I'm going to add, let me go grab them. Okay guys, to this I'm going to add some frozen spinach. Probably, it says 1 cup is 25 calories, so we'll probably do that, maybe 2. I'm using a big full hand. I know, I'm not measuring properly. Let me get the measuring. Okay guys, to this I'm adding my spinach. I think I did one. I think I'm going to do 2 cups of spinach. Well, let me see. Let me stir it around. I am not a big spinach person, but I know it's good for me. So I wanted to incorporate it. It's good for protein. Does it have fiber? I'm pretty sure it has fiber. Yeah, it does. It's got 2 grams of fiber per serving. So not a lot of fiber, but it's good for me. Let's do a cup and a half. Cup and a half of spinach. So there's our spinach. We're then going to add, and yes, there's going to be way more liquid in here. Don't sweat it. I just wanted to bulk up on the veggies. This whole thing's pretty much veggies and protein. You can't beat it. Let me scooch it back a little bit. Now I'm going to add cauliflower rice. Get the scissors. You can have a whole bag of this cauliflower rice. It's 25 calories a serving. The whole bag is only 100 calories. So, say I did one serving, let me see, 25, 50, 75, 100, 25, 50, 75, 2, because we're doing 8 servings. It'd be 2 bags of cauliflower rice, so I might only do 2. Let me see. Because that gives me 3/4 of a cup of cauliflower rice in my soup. That's a good amount of cauliflower rice in my soup. So I might only do 2 bags of the cauliflower rice. Instead of, I was going to do 2 bags of that and 2 bags of the broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower rice. I might opt the broccoli carrot one out and just two bags of cauliflower rice. We'll see. So for now, let's start with 2. Because I want to keep this very high protein and, you know, lower carb, but veggies have carbs, and I eat veggies, I eat carbs, I eat all that. Definitely going to need my liquid. Yeah, this is looking pretty bulky, so let's get the liquid and stuff in here and then I'll decide. Oh, let me add my seasoning real quick. I got spinach and cauliflower all over me. Okay, poultry seasoning. About a teaspoon. I'm just going to shimmy it across. Poultry seasoning, it is strong. It's the stuff you put on turkey or that's in stuffing. If you don't like it, don't go crazy with it. I don't mind it. I feel like it gives soup a good homey taste that Grandma used to make. Some ginger, because ginger is usually an egg drop soup sometimes. At least the one I made was. I'm not going to use a lot. Again, just a shimmy. And ginger's good. If I had fresh ginger, I would add that. It's good when you're sick. And like I said, I'm starting to feel like I'm coming down with something. A pinch of basil. Literally a pinch. A pinch of oregano. I gotta shake this one. The holes don't come out very quick. So, I don't know, 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon. Don't overdo it, you know, unless you know the seasoning and you know you like it. But you gotta have herbs and stuff in your soups. It just gives it flavor. Okay, now let me get this liquid in here before it Hey guys, I know this is random in the middle of the video, but I just wanted to come back because I forgot to go on MyFitnessPal and type this in as a recipe. And if you follow me on MyFitnessPal, it's a weight loss app to count calories. I have recipes I'm making now. Every time I make something, I put the recipe in here and it gives me exact to a T calories for how many servings I'm using. This is this big pot, and it's a big pot. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's an Asian style pot. It's going to be 8 servings for me. And that is going to be 8 big bowls, and it's going to be 2.5 cups of soup per bowl. 2.5 cups. I don't even know if that'll fit in a regular cereal bowl, or regular soup cereal bowl, whatever you call them. You know, the regular size bowls. It's going to be full if it does fit. 2.5 cup serving, and guess how many calories? 165 calories. So it's basically the calories are in the protein, the spinach, the cauliflower rice. I added everything. So I added the chicken broth, the spinach, the onion, the garlic, the carrots, the celery, the toasted sesame oil, the riced cauliflower, the canned chunk chicken, and the green onion. So I added everything that was edible and the sesame oil because that had calories too. And that's what we got. The only thing I didn't add was the seasonings. I'm not going to add seasonings and the calories. But yeah, 165 calories for a 2.5 cup serving of my soup. That's amazing. You cannot go wrong. And as far as the carbs, this will have 8 carbs, 3.6 grams of fat and 25.9 grams of protein, almost 30 grams of protein in a bowl of my soup. Just saying. Alright guys, now back to regularly scheduled programming. Love you guys. Okay, so I just added one of these. 1 cup of broth is only 10 calories, which is great, and this is lower sodium broth. I added 1. I might have to do 1.5. And that's about it. I thought I was going to use 3, but no. I mean, you could if you had a bigger pot and make it more soupy. Like I said, I want mine nice and thick and filling. So I think we're at a perfect thing right here. We're going to give it a little salt. I know I salted the veggies, but now I'm salting the soup. A little pepper. And then, I know, but I need it. A little pinch of cayenne. You guys, I don't make my stuff spicy, but it really does add just that hint of warmth in your body. I know I added garlic, but I'm also going with some garlic powder for more flavor. It does it. I can't explain it. And a little more onion powder. Just for extra oomph, extra flavor. This looks so good. Like, my mouth is salivating. Oh, and I'm not feeling good. I have no energy right now. I'm so nervous. I know this video is just a recipe. It's not about what I eat in a day or a vlog. But you guys know I've been killing it at the gym. If you go on my Instagram, Joy Neville Health Journey, which is always linked below, you guys will see what I've been doing. Squats and weights and strength training and cardio. Like, she's back at it, and I'm actually feeling good. My pelvic floor is doing good. I've been doing my yoga and my stretches also. Like, I'm doing good. So I'm just concerned because I'm not feeling good right now. And if I feel worse tomorrow, I'm not going to feel like I have the energy to go to the gym. Which is okay because your body needs rest too. And I'm not going to eat off track, so if I don't go, it's fine. I keep telling myself, and that's why I'm meal prepping, and that's all that matters, right? But it's deterring, especially when you just get going on something and you're only a few weeks in. It's definitely deterring. So I'm hoping the sickness just bypasses me. I've been taking Zicam, and again, I'm making some soup. I'm trying to pump myself full of protein and veggies, so we'll see. I also, even if I did feel like this, but felt okay, do I really want to go to the gym and spread it to other people? That's not very nice. You know, when you're sick, you should stay home. You shouldn't be spreading your sickness around, you know? So I don't know if I want to go to the gym and spread it to other people. But I might feel better in the morning. This might just be a fluke, you know, which sometimes happens in the fall when the weather changes. So I'm hoping that's what it is. But my body aches, my head kind of aches, my throat hurts. You know, you guys know when you know you're coming down with something, you just know. Anyways, back to regular scheduled programming. Look at this soup. Can we just take a moment? I think the broth is right where it needs to be. When you put soup in the fridge or the freezer, it somewhat solidifies and gets like a gel consistency and looks really thick. So this will probably actually be thicker when that cauliflower and everything cooks. And I'm going to let this simmer on the stove. I'm going to turn it to simmer. Well, I'm going to bring it to a boil and then turn it to simmer. And let it cook for like 20-30 minutes, get all those flavors going. And I might add more broth then. But for now, I've used about half of this and I think we're good. So I used 1.5 of those. So let me tell you exactly what I used to go over this exact pot. And this is going to hopefully make 8 servings. It might make more, you guys. But for now, we're going to say 8 servings. Okay, I think I've added everything, right? Oh, the soy sauce. The soy sauce, the soy sauce. Soy sauce, where are you? She's coming, she's coming. Less sodium soy sauce. You don't have to add this, but I like the egg drop soup broth. And I know the recipe I used calls for ginger, calls for soy sauce, calls for sesame oil. So those are things I like. We're just going to do a tablespoon or 2, not too much. And that's it. Now I'm content. Now I've added everything I want to. It's got to sit and get all those flavors married, but I'll give it a little taste. It smells like, if you guys could be in my house right now, it smells like fall. Just comforting food. Oh, this is going to burn my booty. Or my mouth, one of the two. Okay. We're going to taste test. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, it's so dim over here. There's no lighting. There we go. Hi, guys. I look so crazy. I'm sorry. I wasn't even going to record, but I was like, let me record it. It's a good recipe for fall. I just don't feel good, you know? That's good. It needs to cook for about 20 minutes. Cauliflower still got a bite. The carrot still has a bite to it. The flavors need to marry, but the broth, the flavoring is on point. But the veggies need to marry together and cook a little more. That's good. Try that. I'm like licking the spoon. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Here, I'll give you a zoom in real quick. My kitchen is a disaster. Can we just take a moment? Messy, messy. Oh, and I did not use these, guys. I didn't need them. But that's all right. I'm going to toss them in the freezer. I use them all the time. These are really good. I really like this one, too. This one's going to cook, like I said, 20-30 minutes. Oh, let me turn it to a simmer. Let me turn it to a simmer. Come here. Sorry, guys. All right. See all the goodness in there? Like, can we just take a moment? This is the most hearty, protein, veggie-packed soup ever. You can add mushrooms in there. You can add whatever you want, girlfriend or boyfriend. Whatever you want. Do you. So that's it for this video, you guys. Back you up a little. Hope you liked it. Hope you got something out of it. Let's go over what I used. I used, if I can remember, we did a cup of celery, a cup and a half of celery. It should have been a cup of carrot, cup of onion. Equal amounts of carrot, onion, celery. We did some minced garlic. We did some salt and pepper. We sauteed it in some sesame oil, a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. Then I added the chunk chicken breast from Costco. You can get it at Walmart, you can get it anywhere. But Costco has the jumbo cans. It was 7 ounces drained. I added 4 of them, which will give me 3.5 ounces of protein per serving per bowl. And I did 2 bags of cauliflower rice, which will give me 3/4 of a cup of cauliflower rice per bowl. And then I added garlic powder, onion powder, ginger powder, light sodium, basil, oregano, salt, pepper, and I'm going to top it with the green onion that I garnished. And and chicken broth. 1.5 of those boxes of chicken broth, and that's it. So that's it, guys. That's the soup. And it's comforting, it's warm, and when you don't feel good, kind of like how I'm starting to feel, it's definitely a good thing to eat. Soup fills you up, it has liquid, all those veggies are fiber, and they're filling, and they keep you full. You're basically literally eating veggies and chicken, that's it. You can't go wrong. Like, everything I added in there was a vegetable or chicken. Can't go wrong. And it looks like a yummy soup, and it is. I've had it before. So yeah, if you want to make this creamier, you can add some dollops of Greek yogurt in. You could add some light sour cream. You could add a tablespoon or 2 if you're keto and want more fat in there. Tablespoon or 2 of heavy cream. You can add a teaspoon of cornstarch and cold water, mix it up and add it in there to get it a little thicker. Whatever you want. You can make it a little more creamier if you want it to be like creamier, but as it sets, it will get a little bit thicker and creamier. Whew, this took a lot of energy out of me, guys. I'm just not feeling good. So that's the end of this video. But I've been on track. I'm doing really good. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to make myself feel better and take care of me, and that's a plus. Yeah, until next time, guys. Stay strong, stay beautiful. Remember, you got this. It's not easy, but if I can do it, you can do it. We got this. Bye, guys.